And we are back with another volume of Scottie's vinyl collection. I had a few little technical difficulties with this here. I kept cutting off the top of this single right here. You know, we're just making a little amateur YouTube stuff here. So anyway, so Scottie, you know, Scott, you and I, you know, when we met, one of the first things we talked about was Michael Jackson, wasn't it? And Prince.
Yes.
But okay.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson and Prince. But we'll get to Prince another time. I want to do that. It's a whole other story because he has way more Prince vinyl than I do at this time. But Michael Jackson is one I wanted to do. And we're going to start out with a 12-inch, Another Part of Me. Is this an 87 or 88 single? I'm not sure.
This would be from 87.
87. So it says $4.99 on this cover. I don't know if that's what it was.
That is what it was.
Where did you get this?
I believe I got that at Sound Source.
Sound Source. That used to be up on Union Street over in the mall.
Yes.
Yeah, a fellow named Gary Robinson who runs a place in Bangor called Summit Sound now used to be in there. He used to have a lot of great vinyl and stereo systems and test records and stuff like that. So that's Another Part of Me, single from the Bad album.
And it does have the standard Epic.
Yeah. Like I said, we're not about showing labels around here if we don't need to, so... Do these have any custom labels, any of these records?
I don't believe so, no.
And here's the Bad single itself. He had a repeat of this, gave this to me, but this is the one he kept, so... Yep, these are the 5 Bad remixes. You get this at Sound Source, too?
Record Town.
Record Town. Was that the one in the Bangor or Airport Mall?
That was probably the one in the Bangor Mall.
Okay, yeah. I remember that place. You know, I think they used to have CDs in long boxes, too, back in the day.
They did.
Billie Jean, extended version. This is just, you can see the label right there, but that's just in a regular case.
I got that when it came out, when we were living in Pennsylvania.
Remember the store you got it at?
I do not remember the store, no.
A cool version to have. I heard a story that this is the way Michael Jackson actually recorded it in the studio, but Quincy Jones said, you know, man, you got all of these songs on here, and you're trying to fit these long songs into tight little grooves. And apparently the album was... Michael Jackson said Thriller sounded crappy because the songs were too long. They had to go in and remix and re-edit. And this may be the original version because he said, it makes me want to dance, Quincy, you know. Makes me want to dance, you know. It's the jelly. That's the way he used to say it. So this is what you in the record community call a grail, a collector's item. The original pressing of Michael Jackson's second solo album, Ben, with the rat cover. They withdrew this because kids found it disturbing. Where did you get this, Scott?
I got this at a yard sale many years ago.
Unbelievable. I mean, that is a serious grail right there. I went to record fairs as a teenager looking for this thing, and I couldn't find it for the life of me, and you just got it at a garage sale. Okay, so this album has an interesting history. Where did you get this to copy?
This I got at the warehouse in Machias when it came out, when it was released.
These are actually old songs from the early 70s when Thriller came out. Motown probably thinking, oh, we shouldn't have let Michael Jackson go and the Jackson 5 go the way we did. So they used some old stuff and then took the vocals and we recorded the backing tracks to sound like 80s songs. And there's a poster inside one of these. I don't know if either... Is this sealed?
This one is still sealed.
Okay, this is a sealed album, kind of a grail. And there's some information on the back. The poster's probably still inside. Now here's the real grail. This is the first album they issued. They put 1984 on it. They couldn't do that later. I think we got this recently. We were together. Is there a poster in here? Because that version with 84 is not common. So we get a poster here for you to see. Well, some of it anyway. I'm going to show parts of it. There's the poster. Show it around. Different pictures of Michael as a teenager and as a child. There's one at the top with him playing guitar there. Well, at least miming guitar. I don't know if he actually played guitar, but I always love that picture anyway. So that's Farewell My Summer Love, 1984. That's the original print of it. I had it on tape, but mine did not say 1984 on it. So I'm just glad we found that. Now this is the Michael Jackson flashback medley from the Ultimix. I think you got that at Bull Moose.
We did.
Records from the Price Tag, the record store in Maine and some in New Hampshire. Didn't you say there's some history behind the Ultimix set or something?
The Ultimix is available to DJs that do club music.
Yeah, so this is a DJ thing. It has the .com on it, and these are dance club mixes the DJs use, and I guess somebody sold a copy. Now, I had a copy of this, but it was a remake of it. We found this at the Record Connection in Waterville, which is about an hour from where we are, but open this up, because this is different than mine. Mine did not look like this. Mine was not the gatefold. And yes, this was a buck. Y'all know what the old Motown label looks like, so if you want to see it, we'll show it to you. Yep, there's that mid-70s Motown label with a kind of faded look on the top. Other side of that label. One of my favorite Michael Jackson albums, you know. I don't know if you really heard much from this period of Michael Jackson, had you?
Yes.
Okay.
I listened to Michael since I was a little kid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that album... I didn't hear about that stuff till I was a teenager, because it wasn't his biggest thing. I had the 45 of this, Man in the Mirror. You get this Sound Source, too?
This is from Record Town, I think.
No, the Record Town. Yeah, this is the 12-inch mix, I believe. I'm not sure, but I think it's 12-inch mix.
This might have been Sound Source.
Yeah, these are 12-inch mixes. Single mix, album mix.
Yeah, it doesn't have any remixes on it.
Yeah, it's not a big 12-inch mix. It's just a kind of a upscale copy of the 12-inch, of the 7-inch single I have. And here's his first solo album, Off the Wall. Actually, I want to turn that around just so you can see Michael. You know, only recently did they reissue this full cover. For years on CD, you can only get it with that as the front cover. I don't know why they clipped his face off, but where did you ever get this? When did you get it?
I got this in Scranton, Pennsylvania at a second-hand store.
Was that after Thriller came out, or...?
I bought it after Thriller came out, yes.
Yeah. Like I said, when I was younger, we had a summer camp, and this particular album, you know, Working Day and Night, you know, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, they were all over the place on the turntable, you know. Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal, another Record Town 12-inch.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
I never actually saw this until I looked at Scott's collection. This has got more remixes of it. It's like an EP with remixes. This is a standard Epic label.
Just the standard Epic label.
That's
most of his remixes and things are just the
yeah,
standard
just
label.
standard Epic label with Quincy Jones and all that good stuff. This is Scream. I think we got this in Portland too, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
This is actually a set of remixes. I think it's the Scream Louder stuff. I'm not sure, but it's like the extended CD mix. Only I think it's on 2 records, right?
Yes, it is. This actually has.
I think this may have
a lot of mixes on it.
This is actually a little bit different label. It's like the Epic. I don't know if it's a promo, but it's like a different Epic label.
This was a promo only. This is not available to the
Yeah.
general public.
95. By this time, you know, we weren't really dealing with a lot of like new vinyl pressings of things. I think we were getting into like 180 gram virgin and colored vinyl, and this probably wasn't cheap when it came out. I mean, I don't know, but this is a different era of vinyl in the 90s. There's that Epic hi-hat label.
This is a DJ only set.
But that's a DJ thing, as you were just saying, so this wasn't released to the public at all. So... Alright, Thriller picture disc. You got that when it came out, right?
No, actually, I had looked years for that.
When did you finally find this album? Where did you find it?
About 3 years after it came out, I found it over in Corinth.
You mean East Corinth up here?
East Corinth, at the record places down there.
It has a hype sticker that says the name of the songs on it. I think, but you got this 85, was it, or 86?
Yeah, around there.
So the Thriller was just like exploding at this point. I think that's the cover for the Billie Jean Beat It single, if I remember.
Yeah, this album came out when I lived in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
And there's the regular Thriller, Greg again. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah,
he's got a label on it. And I think we all know what it looks like inside, but we can show you. Michael and the little, I don't know if it's a stuffed tiger, but anyway. And there's another Thriller. These have different spines. One is kind of blue, one is kind of gray. I don't know if they're faded or what. If you could look at the sides. See, I don't know if they look different in the video, but this is a little bluer on top. So, I don't know. There's no difference between them. Just
this is my original.
That's the original copy then, I guess. 1982 that came out.
Which
I don't know.
Bought in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Cool. Thriller, 12-inch. Where did you ever get this?
This came from the Warehouse in Machias.
Warehouse in Machias?
Yes.
Same place we get the Culture Club thing?
Yes.
Okay. Thriller, instrumental. So you get the vocal and the instrumental version.
And once again, it's still just a standard Epic.
Yeah. These are all Epic label, except that Scream one, which has the modern Epic logo. And that's no big deal. The Way You Make Me Feel, we're getting into another bad single here. I think this is the last one we gotta do.
This is the last one.
Where did you get this one?
I believe this came from Sound Source. I think this was a Sound Source.
I think it's Sound Source. There's Michael on the back with his little ducktail. So here we go. That's the Michael Jackson collection that we have, pretty much. So,
and Thriller, this was one of my grail things for me.
yeah, the Thriller picture disc, I don't know if it's that uncommon, but just finding it out in the wild is, not common. And, my friend Henry, shout out to you, Henry, both of us. He was telling me once, he said, yeah, you shouldn't see Thriller outside the dollar bin, not an album that was pressed that often and that much. But this is not something you're going to see too often. It's just, it's one of those things, it's a common album, but not in that format. But what we're looking for is Bad or the original Bad picture disc. Is that what you were looking for?
Yes.
Yes, and we've seen a couple of them around, and, we're just hoping, we'll find one, because by the time Bad came out, I don't know if vinyl was that big a thing. And I'm hoping they'll do something they didn't do something for Dangerous last year, but I'm hoping they'll do something and they'll release a little more material on vinyl for Dangerous, because, they really should do that. They put an album, didn't they put a vinyl of Dangerous out last year, Scott?
Yeah, there's a vinyl version that you have.
Just plain vinyl though, right? It's just plain vinyl, there's no other things on it.
Disc, just
no,
regular
but no remixes
version.
or anything like that?
No, it's just the regular.
I just put those in. Oh, let's see them. Okay. Yeah, so there we are. There is our Michael Jackson, there's Scott's Michael Jackson collection. I used to have a lot of things, not these 12 inches, but I used to have a lot more Motown albums, but I sold them when I got the CD. I had mixed feelings about that, but I'm not too upset. So anyway, there's Michael Jackson, and thank you for another great video.
Thank you,
Scott, and we'll be back again soon. Until then, keep listening to your music. Peace.